Alright guys, this is the long version video for the tortilla recipe that I posted. I had somebody ask me how to roll it. They're having a little bit of issues with it, so I figured I would go with the whole process and do like a long form video with it. So if you're on your fresh milk flour journey, you want to learn a little bit more, hit that follow button and save this so you can go try it out. We're going to weigh our wheat berries out. You're going to weigh these in grams, not so weigh your wheat berries and then you'll mill it all down. That's how much flour you're going to use for your recipes. I highly suggest measuring in grams only because cups is not as accurate as grams is. To a microwave safe bowl, you're going to add milk, and if you want to do it on the stovetop like me, you can also do that, okay? So we're gonna weigh out 180 grams of milk. Then we're gonna add our vinegar. We're gonna add 14 grams into our milk. Then we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of salt and add it in here. If you are doing this on the stovetop, you just want to heat it up for a little bit. You don't want it to boil or get super hot. You just kind of want the salt to dissolve into here. And then if you do it in a microwave, you're gonna put it in there for 1 minute and then it should be good. It might kind of look lumpy, but that's okay, it's normal. It's supposed to look like that, so just trust the process. All right, now we're gonna mill down our wheat berries. Make sure you always turn on your mill before you put anything in it so you don't get anything stuck. That's very important. All right, we're gonna do 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Make sure this is not expired. One. This is one of my favorite gadgets because you can literally just go like this. It has all of the little measurements on it, all in one teaspoon. All right, I'm just gonna mix these ingredients together. All of that's mixed, and then I'm gonna add my milk. So this is kind of what it looks like. It will look a little clumpy, but that's totally normal, so don't worry about that. Also, don't forget to add your oil on this step before you start mixing. I totally forgot to. That was my bad. You're gonna add 14 grams. I'm gonna put my lid on so it doesn't go everywhere. We'll mix this up. See what it looks like. Then we're gonna cover our bowl for 10 minutes. Let the flour absorb the liquid. This is a very important step. Your fresh milled flour needs time to absorb. Let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes. All right, it's been 10 to 15 minutes, so I'm just gonna knead it and we're gonna get going. I can already tell something's not right with this. I literally just realized I forgot the olive oil because I was like, this is not looking right. So let me put this in and see if I can fix this. So I'm just gonna have to knead this by hand, but I think it's coming together. I can't believe I forgot that. Just goes to show that even if you've done this recipe a million times, like I have for the past 2 to 3 years, you can still mess up. But this is real raw, behind the scenes, long version stuff you're gonna get, okay? I think we're fine, because it's starting to come together. This is a good example of why reading your dough is so important, because you will know immediately if your dough does not look right. I knew that something was off. It did not look right. And then I looked at my recipe and realized I forgot the olive oil. And that's the nice thing about when you've been working with it for a long time. And that's one thing I didn't know in the beginning. So I've been doing this for about 2-3 years now. And you learn a lot along the way, so give yourself grace. Even if you've made it a million times, still give yourself grace. You're gonna have those kind of crazy days. I think this is pretty good. So you just wanna knead it until it's nice and smooth for about 3 to 5 minutes. This is my little dough ball. We're gonna let this sit for 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna put it in here. Let it sit for 10 minutes, and we are gonna go preheat our cast iron skillet. So we're just gonna preheat our cast iron skillet, get it nice and warm. So we're gonna try and get it up to about 370 for the heat wise, and we're gonna do this for 10 to 15 minutes while our dough is sitting too. So we're gonna use olive oil to lay on our surface. You always wanna use olive oil with your fresh milled flour recipes. You don't wanna continuously add flour like you would with store-bought where you put a bunch down, because that can add issues to your dough. So we don't wanna do that. So olive oil is gonna be your best friend. Or you can use avocado oil too. I've used that before. And I like to just kind of get it nice and oiled, and then you can oil your hands too. So this is our dough. It should be very pliable. And I'm just gonna take a little bit off and show you guys how to roll one of these. So I know someone said they were having issues with rolling. So it should be workable and not like fall apart, but you want to get these as thin as you possibly can. I might have laid too much oil down. So I like mine never look perfectly circled, so that's totally fine. I don't really care. As long as they taste good, who cares? So as you can see, this is really thin. All right. So it's not the most perfect looking one, but all right. And then you're going to graciously oil your surface. So you're gonna add some olive oil. Let's do that, and then I will put it on here. And then you want to wait till it has bubbles on top, so you can start to see the bubbles kind of coming on the top of it. See all the bubbles that are coming up, and then that's pretty good. So you can flip it. And then you got your tortilla. Here's one of them. So they should be kind of soft and pliable. They shouldn't break apart when you roll them. So they're really good when you eat them fresh, but if you do put them in the freezer, they do still heat well, but they aren't quite as pliable, is what I've noticed, but they still reheat really well. I keep these in the freezer and just reheat them because that's how I like to do it. But they hold shape really well. So that's the recipe. I hope you go try it out. Hit that follow button for more fresh milled flour funness.